Hello, hello. Speaker, are you ready? Hello, friends, fans, family, wherever you are. This is another session of voice ASMR soccer on God. I'm going to give a couple of seconds, just a couple of minutes, just to let a few people quickly get on the line. But I won't be wasting too much time, and we'll be getting right into what we have to do today. So, giving you the tingles, giving you the philosophies, and giving you a little bit of whatever you want to call it. Once again, I'm here. This is Emmanuel, and we'll get right into it. For those of you who are trying to use this to sleep, all power to you. For those of you using this to get information, knowledge, whatever you like to call it, all power to you. And even for those of you who are just here trying to get a little bit of spiritual motivation, I'm also ready to rock and roll. Starting today on my soccer philosophy 101, I'll be starting off with just a simple learn to. Wait a minute. Do I want to give you that first, or should I maybe thinking of switching it up? Okay, so I think we'll go with this one. It is very good to, when you play, to tell yourself at times that you are in many ways better. Not in a prideful way, as we talked about humility on last week's episode. Not being prideful, but being able to tell yourself or have on the inside of you as you play a little bit of what I like to call positive ego. Now you may ask, what is positive ego? It is simply when you tell yourself that you feel you are better than the competition and you will thrive against opposition. Sometimes when you're on the field, it's very good to, tell yourself, I think I'm better than the rest. I think, kind of like Zlatan, for those of you who know that is, that you are God on the field, that you can be stopped, that you are capable of doing wonders and miraculous things on the field, kind of like a Messi or Ronaldo. When you have that going on in your mind, a lot of times it transpires in the physical, on the field. It's very important to believe when you go to job interviews, when you go when you write applications, to believe that you are, qualified for that position, and not only qualified for the position, but a lot of times you can even tell yourself that you're more qualified, or that you believe that you are more qualified, having that mindset or belief that you are more qualified than every other applicant. And sometimes when you tell yourself that you are a little bit more qualified than anybody else that's applying for the same position, it gives you a level of relaxation when you actually are performing whatever it is that you're doing on and off of the field. So that's the first point. Second pointer has to go along the lines of change of pace, movement. There was a time I was watching a game, a Liverpool game to be specific, and there was a specific player, an attacking player, who just kept on making runs all day, kept on moving, kept on moving, kept on moving, and not just moving, but making accelerated runs, what I call change of pace. That is when you go from one speed to a faster speed, or sometimes when you go, hello David, from a faster speed down to a slower speed, making movement with acceleration a lot of times also allows you to score goals. So being accelerated in your movement, something you can carry on and also carry off the field. Just gonna go ahead and wave to David virtually. So being able to do this is very key. I remember, watching Origi for Liverpool. He was the one that actually did that. And I think it was Champions League final of last year or 2 years ago. Yeah, I believe it was from 2 years ago. It might have been from 2 years ago. Well, the Champions League final when Liverpool won. And he was phenomenal in that game when he came on from the bench, making movements, making runs, being hungry for the ball. That's another point that I'm going to bring up actually, and that's having that hunger, that drive. Another game I'd like to pinpoint was a game where Kun Aguero from Manchester City had missed a sitter from in front of the goal, and then right on after went on to score a phenomenal goal, what we call a banger, from outside of the 18. And I just remember looking at the demeanor and hunger in Kun Aguero's game right after he had missed a chance, because he wanted to prove his critics wrong. So a lot of times when you're on the pitch, when you have a game, you've got to be hungry. 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 Never take any chance for granted. So when that opportunity arises, because of your hunger, you can pounce on it with a level of dexterity, but at the same time, with a level of seriousness and hunger. Another point, or I should say, rewinding back to the point that I made about telling yourself that you are better than many others. I always grew up watching Manchester United because of the class of 92. The Manchester United class of 92 was second to none at the time. Probably the greatest Manchester United youngster group ever. Manchester United had David Beckham, Gary Neville, Ryan Giggs playing in the Champions League final as youngsters. And I always used to tell myself, growing up playing football, even now, that I believe I possess some of the attributes, the necessary attributes, to be better than even the class of 92. So having some level of positive ego, as I called it earlier, telling yourself you're better than the best. You're the best of the best. At times, just kind of help you to achieve great things when you're playing on the pitch. And if it doesn't, oh well, but at least you aimed for the sky. And if you reach for the sky, at least you might get to the skyscraper or the top of the skyscraper. But if you never aspire for the sky, you may only have a balcony or a single floor flat or stay in the basement. So always aim for the top. For the top. All right. I decided to give you about 4 or 5 tidbits for today. So I'm going to go check my notes give you maybe 1 or 2 more. How does that sound? Good? Yeah? Okay. Be right back. Hold up. Wait a minute. Right. So I decided to go ahead and give you 2 more. Second to last will be on what I call staying focused. You want to stay focused for the full length of the game, or stay focused throughout the full length of your lifespan, or just simply stay focused for whatever it is that you're doing at the time. And one way to achieve goals is to just simply be present. An official football game is 19 minutes, and if you are tuned in for 19 minutes of the game, your chances of making a mistake are decreased. Your chances of scoring a goal are increased. Your chances of doing something great, phenomenal in the game are increased. Your chances of being the player of the game are increased. Chances of increasing your value are increased. Your chances of getting promotions are increased. Your chances of a raise are increased. Be present, but not just be present, be focused. Be focused. Whatever it is that you are setting for yourself, try to stay focused on it. See it. Put it on your wall. Look at it. Visualize it each and every day. Be mentally present to reaching whatever and anything that you desire to. And when you write the vision, you make it clear, then you will be able to get, maybe not reach it, but get each and every single day. Get just a little bit closer and closer, 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 and closer, and closer to reaching that goal. And the last soccer philosophy for on and off the pitch, life as you know it, for you is, pray. Tap into the power of God. Pray. I use this whenever I can. Practically each and every day. I pray. And tap into the power of God that is on the inside of me. I believe you do yourself a great disservice when you go through life without summoning the power of God that is in you. I, on the pitch, would pray to be the best I could be. Off the pitch, I pray to be the best I can be. And in everything I do, I pray to be the best I can be. So, I think those have touched on all my points, starting with focus from the beginning of the game, carrying on to the very end, having a level of positive ego. A person who has ego, I can give an example, is somebody like, former president, the one they used to call President 45, even amidst defeat, he had this boldness and courage and said to himself that he was still the president. He never like to take no for an answer. It has its pros and cons. Ego can be negative, ego can be positive. But on a football pitch and off the football pitch, you do need to have a level of positive ego, being able to tell yourself you're the best of the best of the best. That was the second point. So positive ego. The third point, I said to, make accelerated movement, ready for Liverpool. Always moving, always moving. As an attacking player, always moving, so that you can, receive the ball and take advantage of the open space. So that was point number 3. Is to continue moving. And I also said, number 4 point, talked about was prayer. Pray, tell yourself. Prayer is not only something that helps you reach God, but it is something that also helps you give yourself positive affirmations. It helps you, prayer helps you, and also helps circumstances, situations, and outcomes in your life. So, pray. I'll leave you with that. You can always watch this whenever you want and go through all these points. Thank you for watching Voice ASMR Soccer on God, Part 3. As we always do this each and every single... Hello, Yinka. Just caught us right at the very end. Do this each and every Sunday. At least I try to. I'll be seeing you on the next episode next week. Au revoir.